few converts. He talked about the resurrection of Jesus at the Areopagus and not about the crucifixion. And there were only a few that were added that day because he wanted to be an upstart. It's not beyond me. I'm not making fun of Paul. I understand it. I threw that lady out. Yeah. See? But then, when he went to Corinth, when he left Athens to go to Corinth, he said, I decided to know nothing but Jesus Christ and him crucified. So he learned. He learned. Some of us never learn. Put on a happy face. Bishop is coming. Get those kids in line. What will the bishop think? I don't really care what the bishop thinks. I care what Jesus thinks. I don't want to be disrespectful to him, but you know what? These are kids, and they're raised in a pagan world. I want to tell you, not in our church. I'm going to tell you, not in our church. Because we only had like 7 or 8 that went to receive confirmation, maybe 6. I would tell you it was very reverent. Not because I told them to be reverent, but because these kids had gone through CCD, and we brought them, to a saving knowledge of Jesus. I don't know if they've continued. I'm sure they haven't, most of them. But you know what? They were very reverent. One time we had a witch who left witchcraft, and was confirmed. And we had to give her a testimony. Why not? Why not? This is a wonderful thing. Now we're going to hide that this lady used to be a witch. Now she lives for Jesus. Like, I told you the story about John the Baptist. My friend John the Baptist, Anybody would get embarrassed by anybody would be John the Baptist. And he knows how to embarrass you. He knows how. We had this beautiful black bishop, Bishop Thomas, beautiful black bishop from the islands, beautiful man, everybody loved him. You want to know why? At confirmation, he gave his testimony. Mm-hmm. That's what he did. And thank God he had a testimony to give. It was wonderful. But I'll never forget, like, when the bishop comes, I had an extra nice dinner. I have nice dinners all the time, but an extra nice dinner, even for the bishop. But the point is this. After we have the extra nice dinner, the bell is ringing, and it's John the Baptist. Now, John the Baptist calls me Beelzebub. Yeah, I'm Beelzebub. I get over it, What do? He's sick. So he said, I'm hungry. Now we just had the bishop, okay? We just had the bishop. And the bishop ate well, like all of us. We ate well, whatever I had. So I said, okay, Billy, come in. I said, but I don't want you talking religion, because he talks ragtime. So he came in. So I gave him soup to begin with, and then I gave him the rest of the food we had. Well, the bishop comes out, and he sees the bishop, black bishop. Brother! How are you, brother? Shut up, though. I'm stepping back. I'm going to step back, because you know what? If this bishop can't handle himself, his testimony means nothing. But he was able to handle this guy, And they're walking together after he ate to the church, and he's talking to him like Amos and Andy, really negative. Like, not trying to be negative, just the way it is. But the bishop was very wonderful. But part of me wanted to tell Billy, I told him this. I stepped back. The bishop has to handle himself now. There was another bishop who came. This is an interesting one. It was just the complete opposite. I had I really had the best dinner there. Oh, best. It was like 7 courses. It was veal cutlets. It was everything. There was someone in the kitchen at one time that he had a blowout with. I didn't know this. He was the meanest man I've ever. He didn't compliment my food. He said it was cold and awful. Pretty sad. So, now I'm getting up my dander. Okay? I'm going to be kind, but you know what? So I said something to him about, about God's providence. And he says, yeah. I had something very specific to say. Because, now I'm grown. I just prepared for you a 7-course meal, and you ungrateful man. So now I'm just as bad as he is. But he starts saying things like, yeah, and how do you supply your radio ministry? Does God do it? That's what he said. I said, he certainly does. I said, I built almost $400,000, and Jesus sends it all every year. I can show you our record. Sometimes we have $350 extra or less. I said, I rely on providence. I don't know about you. Maybe you think Providence is in Rhode Island. I think it's Amen. But maybe I should have shut up. Maybe I just should have swallowed it. But he was mean. He thought I planned that this person should be in the house with him. That's what he thought. Oh, I can't go through the whole story. But the point, I hadn't planned on it at all. But this person was an underdog. And I wasn't going to throw her out. When you're for the underdog, you're for Jesus. Yeah, for Jesus. And we really have to hear Jesus. I thank you, Father, that you have revealed to the poor and the lowly what you have kept from the learned and the wise. For such was your will. And it's still the will of God. That's why when people are ministering to people out in the street, I'm going to tell you, you're closer you're closer, and at the abortion mill, you're closer to the manger than in the cathedral at Rome. That's real. When you're ministering to the poorest of the poor, the rejected of the world, you are closer to the manger than if you're in the greatest cathedral in the whole world. Because Jesus will not be contained